Hey, what is going on, everybody? Today is Saturday, November 29th. We have a nice six-game slate for Fanduel today. As normal, if you guys can leave a like, I really do appreciate it, and also hit that subscribe button. Still about 45% of you guys are not subscribed, so if you guys are new here, welcome. We do Fanduel, DraftKings, and Price Picks line of advice videos almost every single day, so hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you guys know when we post videos. So anyway, last night wasn't too bad for us. Scored a 362.1. In the other lineup, we went Powell, Drake Powell. I just thought it was going to be a good GPP play. He got his minutes. He just didn't do anything with it, unfortunately. So we'll talk about him here again today, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes off today. I'm always like one day early on people. But anyway, yeah, so this was the other one. It was pretty solid. 362.1 cash line was freaking crazy as normal, like 355 or something in tournaments. So, but yeah, so we went Luka here. I know it wasn't really the greatest, like it was one of the tougher matchups on paper, but I mean Luka taking on his old team. Thankfully, Jokic underperformed, so Luka's 56 looked good. McConnell was really chalky at 65%. Keontae George, I talked about him yesterday. He was only about 15% owned, 46. Really, really good showing from him. Benedict Mathurin definitely underperformed at 28.4. Even with Nimbard out, I thought it was a prime smash spot for Mathurin, but I mean, he still did all right, 20 points, but just not fantasy wise. Josh Hart, as I told you, absolutely killed it. Keegan Murray was my play. I told you guys I felt like he was going to pop off, and he did. 51.5. Clowney, solid 34.9. Precious Achua actually really didn't do that bad. He had like 13 or 14 fancy points at halftime. And then the coaches, Christie's like, screw it. We're going to go put in our backup center, our young guy, which is fine, but it would have been nice to know that he was going to play 20 plus minutes because I would have went for him instead. But anyway, that's besides the point. And then we got to Zach Edey at 1% ownership, which was just, I don't get it. I mean, I get he only scored 5 points, but he had 21 rebounds or something? I forgot exactly how many he had, but he had quite a bit of rebounds. Zach Edey, solid 38, so not too bad for our premium. So if you want to come join us, our Twitter will be down there in the comment section below. Click that link; it will take you right to us. Give us a follow, message us, and we'll get you guys all set up on day pass for $6 or a monthly pass for 30. We also have college basketball, which has been doing very, very solid as well. If you guys want to come join that, and we have our email down there as well. If you guys want to message us that way. All right, let's go get into this. The six gamer. First game is Chicago and Indiana. Most of these teams are on a back-to-back, so keep that in mind. And it does start at 4:30 Pacific time here again. We do got two early games, but those aren't part of the main one. So yeah, 242, 3.5. Like I said, back-to-back. Kobe White's probably not going to play in this game because it's a back-to-back. We talked about that yesterday. Let's go look at the Indiana defense here once again. Do struggle a little bit against small forwards. They are pretty good against the three-point ball, so some of these guys aren't going to be doing as good here for Chicago. So maybe Giddey struggles a little bit. Trey Jones might struggle a little bit here. So I don't have a ton on paper here from Chicago. Um, I mean, it is a high total. So I still think these guys are gonna score. I think these guys are all priced where they should be. I mean, I guess Trey Jones is probably gonna be the guy you would go to at 53. He's still limited on minutes, but like I said, you know, Indiana's really not a bad defense, especially if Nimbard comes back. So I'm gonna have to kind of see how Chicago is. Bazulius, they're just not playing the dude. Don't know what's going on with him. They really have Giddy, and that's really it. You got Vuk, but it's a kind of a back to back for him, and Indiana's really, for the most part, for really good against centers. They do struggle against field goal percentage and rebounds, so I guess you could go there with Vuk, but that just shows me 30 to 33 fancy points. So I'm not too excited on this Chicago side. Like I said, Giddy's probably your main one to go to. Let's go look at the Chicago defense real quick and what we got going on here. Power forward, center, and small forward is where they really struggle. So you can look at guys like Jackson in GPPs, Jay Huff in cash games, which he will be really chalky again here tonight. Siakam could be another really good play at power forward, and then you got small forward as well. That would be more Walker's Walker spot. They say power forward center, but they play this dude everywhere. So He could be an alright option as well. So I'm definitely favoriting more of these guys. If Nembard's back, I do. Sorry about that. I do like Nembard if he's back. Would downgrade Matherin. Even if Nembard's out, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Benedict Matherin just pops off. Same thing with Powell, but just because I picked these dudes yesterday, so have to keep an eye on that one there. All right, moving on to Detroit and Miami. So another good one. It's gonna be a faster pace game here for Detroit, as Miami's one of the top 5 in pace. 238.5 and a 3.5 spread here for Miami. We have a 3.5 by Miami. Okay, so that's. I mean, I don't know if anyone's gonna sit or something, but 3.5. Detroit's one of the best teams in the entire league, and they got 3.5. I mean, I get it. Miami's healthier. I get it, but interesting. Okay, $8,600 Tyler Hero. I mean, you could definitely look at him for sure. Detroit has been slightly struggling against point guards here recently. I know they're overall pretty good, but they do give up some assists. They do give up a slight amount of 3-pointers. So you can definitely look at him. I think he gets it done everywhere. So Tyler could be worth a look. They're just, like I said, once again, kind of price where they should be. Ware's probably going to be coming off the bench, so I don't have a ton of him. I mean, these guys, they're just getting so healthy now. So, I mean, I guess look at Wiggins. Um, I mean, if Jaime Jaquez is out, Larson maybe comes back into play. But like I said, we'll have to dive into it. It's kind of looking like it's going to not be a 370 cash game day. It's going to be more of a 310. Just there's not a lot of value so far. I mean, good plays, but not value for GPP players, and it's just anyway. Brooklyn and Milwaukee. Sometimes there's too much value, as of yesterday. We have a 220, 11.5. I mean, here's some of the value, probably because Giannis, but it's also 11.5 spread. So if Giannis doesn't play and it's 11.5, that's a little interesting here. But also, I don't think they would play him on a back-to-back against Brooklyn. Who cares? It's Brooklyn. So we'll keep that one monitored on paper. Once again, Kyle Kuzma has a good spot on paper. Noah Clowney is still way too cheap at 5,400. Expect everyone to be on him again today. He's just playing really good ball recently, so you gotta be looking at him. Claxton comes into play once again. Zaire Williams is only 4,000. If you don't want to go Powell, that's where I should have went. He had 18.3, so it wasn't too bad. And it all depends on Michael Porter. If Porter plays, a lot of these bench players don't come into play. Drake Powell, so this is kind of the guy that I picked yesterday. And like I said, premium, I apologize a little bit. I just thought he was going to do something here in some GPPs. I really did. He had 23, like I said, 23 minutes against New York, had 25 fantasy points. Michael Porter was not playing in the Philly game. He played in the New York game. And I'm like, all right, he's going to get 20, 23 minutes. He's a 6'5", guard. So he plays shooting guard, small forward, as it says. And he just didn't do anything. He didn't want to shoot. It was frustrating watching that game. So kind of on my ban list, but who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if this guy gets 24, 25 tonight. But, Gary Trent could be another guy that could come into play. He only had 4, but that was with Giannis. But sometimes when he's out, Gary Trent can just pop off for no reason. So keep an eye on that one if Giannis is out. One guy that did pop off, and it's just awesome how it happens. And I'm not going to touch him today, even though he has a slightly good matchup. But Igor, I saw somebody have picked this dude, and I'm like, are you for real? Like, this dude is not a good player, and he just goes off for 23-9, even though it should have been Powell. But anyway, that's just me personally. But yeah, it's hard messing around with a lot of these Brooklyn guys. You really don't know who's going to get what. I mean, Martin's okay, but he only played 17 minutes, so keep an eye on that Giannis news. Turner comes into play, Claxton, Clowney, those same guys if Porter's out as well. New Orleans and Golden State, so Curry's going to be out in this one. So Brandon Pacheski, I think Will Richard are probably going to start in this one. It's not a back-to-back for Golden State. We have a 224.5, 8.5 spread. I don't know. I think there's a little bit of value here on this New Orleans side. We'll have to see, depending on what's going on with Murphy. He's also game time decision. So if he's out, that's obviously a little bit of usage to pick up. So guys like Alvarado could come into play even more at 4,800 as the backup. if Trey Murphy's out. Well, shoot, I haven't realized how good he's been doing, but there you go. I wouldn't expect those numbers, but expect a little bit of ownership for sure if Murphy's out. Um, yeah, Jonathan Kaminga's out again. Moses Moody at 5,000. I think he's in a solid spot here. I don't think a lot of people are gonna have him, but maybe because Curry's out. But remember, he's always all over the place, but he could be a half decent option. And really don't mind looking at Queen again. I don't mind looking at Post, depending on what they got going on. He's been playing solid recently, more of a GPP play, but not too bad of an option. All right, moving on a little more. We got Denver and Phoenix back to back for both these teams. Jokic is always in play back to back here, so Mark Williams may not play. Ozo or Nick Richards may come into play. Peyton Watson, once again, don't mind looking at him. Cam Johnson lit it up last time out, and I was just shocked by that. We'll have to see what's going on with Ryan Dunn and Grayson Allen. If they don't play, got to continue playing Gillespie in there. And Jordan Goodwin is also questionable, so got to definitely keep a slight eye on that one. I don't have a ton of Denver. Probably just Jokic in this one, to be honest with you. So definitely keep an eye on that Phoenix side. Moving on to Dallas and the Clippers, last one of the night. Like I said, this slate is just interesting. 223, 7.5. Davis is going to sit. We'll have to see if Super Kawhi Leonard sits here on the back-to-back, but that game's not until late. So, yeah, once again, Clippers struggle against the 3-point area, so AD's being out, so I think Najee Marshall really comes into play. I don't think anyone's going to have him. He's going to be my play of the cheaper play of the day. Got Max Christie playing bigger minutes, but not really doing a lot with them. PJ Washington comes into play. Gafford comes into play. We saw what Zach Edey did yesterday, so maybe Gafford comes into play. And I also like he only played 17 minutes last night, so that to me is like, all right, Davis was going to play. Let's play Gafford the next day, 25, 30 minutes. So Gafford definitely in play for 6K for me. The other guy I wanted to look at here, we'll see if they play him here. But if they start him again. But Ryan Nembhard started last night against the Lakers, had 26.4, had one steal, didn't look too bad. So, and then against Miami, he had 16-1. So I know we're not going to get the news, but if Nembhard starts, it just sucks it's the last game because you don't really want to base your dude around. Your lineup around a guy that's 3,500 at the last game of the night. But I don't see why they wouldn't start him again, right? They're not really playing Russell a lot. Brandon Williams isn't playing a ton of minutes. I don't know. Shoot. I think if you're playing GPPs, you got to put him in there. But anyway, that's what we got going on this 6-gamer. As normal, if you guys want to come join us for a premium, like I said, it's only $6 for a day pass for 2 lineups. That's it. $3 each for lineup, pretty dang cheap. $30 for a monthly pass. We also have college basketball for a $5 day pass if you want to come join us. And like I said, these were the results last night for premium with the 362.1. So check us out. Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link. We'll take you right to our Twitter. And also message us on our email if you do not have Twitter. And like I said, we will respond and get back to you guys and get you guys all signed up by today. So once again, thanks for checking us out. Leave a like and also hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you guys here in the next one.